Hey everybody, it's Megan, and it is March 27th, and I am here to give you some hot off the press information. Now, as mostly I have a lot of listings, and I receive a lot of offers, and I would say that I am a pretty good scale of what in the heck is going on in the marketplace, so I can give you advice. The market has tremendously heated up in the last 2 weeks. Typically, April 15th, after people do their taxes, is when the market really heats up in Orange County and we have the most transactions. But this year, it's sooner, and that's probably because we've had a lull the last few months with the turbulent interest rate. Interest rates getting up to 7, a little over 7. People were like, time out, back up. That was sort of the breaking point. But now they're right about 6.25, 6.5. And people are back in the market. I had an open house this weekend. I had like 200 people. The house was perfectly priced. Before the weekend before that, I had a couple of busy open houses. So people are out there shopping. Now, I see two distinct differences in the type of offers that I am receiving. And I want to help you because if you find a house that you'd love, like an 8, 9, 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, and you don't get an accepted offer, you're going to be really bummed. And it might be a long time before you find another house. I have been in the position where I've looked with a client for over 2 years for a house, and they eventually came to grips with what their situation was, bought something, and lived happily ever after. And I want you to live happily ever after and have a really great real estate transaction, okay? So let's go over what should you offer when you see a house that you like. First of all, you should be working with a successful realtor, a realtor who sells houses on a regular basis and that has a really good idea of what is happening in the market. I'm not here to disparage anyone. I'm just saying you as a consumer need to look out for yourself and look for the most qualified person to help you to find a house. Okay? Next is that once you have that person, they're probably going to know what to do to help you get an offer accepted, and you have to be willing to consider what they're saying. So what they'll typically do is they'll call the listing agent. Now, some listing agents you can't ever get a hold of. They don't want to talk to you. They're not going to give you any advice. Some of them will, and you have to know the right questions to ask. They're not going to tell you typically what to offer or that sort of thing, but your realtor can ask questions like, hey, when you and the seller priced this house, what was the goal? Was the goal to get, 10 offers, 20 offers, 25,000, 50,000? Just kind of feel it out and see what their goal was when they listed the house, how much they thought it was going to sell for. And ask them, if you had to guess, what do you think this house is going to sell for? I mean, these are all they're not yes or no questions. They're questions that get people to pause and hopefully give you a good response to some kind of guidance on what to offer. Now, another thing you can do, it's not such a popular thing, but I just got an offer accepted using it, okay? It's called an escalation clause, and I have it all written out here on one of my documents, and I know exactly how to word it. So basically it said, hey, if you get an offer, we'll pay $5,000 more, but it has to be a bona fide offer. I have to get a copy of it, that sort of thing. That's some nail biting there, but if you really want the house and you really want a chance, that's an escalation clause is not a bad idea, okay? So you're going to have your realtor talk to the listing agent. You're going to get all of the scoop from them, and hopefully they have the right questions to ask. Then you're going to strategize with your realtor and go over all the different scenarios for what price to offer them. And maybe the seller needs some other things too that don't have to do with price. Maybe they need some time to move out after escrow closes. Maybe they're looking for another house. Your realtor can feel it out and see what other things you could offer that would be valuable, right? And another thing is, so all these offers I'm getting, there's a group that are like really good offers and have done all these things. And then there's this other half that are like ridiculous, silly offers. I had one for a house that was listed for $1 million the first weekend, and I got an offer for $100,000 less. Like, what are they even thinking? If you're not shopping in the budget you're approved for, you got to reconfigure that. You look in the budget that you're in. So don't write silly offers. If you're watching the news, fine, watch the news, read the headlines, all that kind of stuff, but really ask your realtor what's going on, because you know, the news, they're not real estate professionals and we are. So definitely write your best offer. You might not get another opportunity. Your realtor will gather the info. You have the escalation clause as an option, and think of other ways to make your offer valuable besides just money. So timing, that sort of thing. If you have any questions or you want a copy of my escalation clause, you can shoot me a message and I'd be more than happy to share it with you. Even if you're a realtor, I'm here to help the people.